Hello and welcome everyone to another video in the US VFR communication series, and today we are going to cover the Class Bravo departure. We're currently at San Diego International Airport, which is a Class Bravo airport, and the steps pretty much are the same as the Class Charlie departure. As you will see, the only difference is in the lingo that when you call clearance delivery to request, the departure instructions, etc., as you will see now in the video, you're going to hear the words cleared out of the Bravo airspace. Remember, the Class Delta and the Class Charlie, all you needed to do is to establish two-way communication. For the Delta airspace, for example, it was with the tower. For the Charlie airspace was the approach or the overlying controlling facility. In order to be able to enter that airspace. But for the Bravo airspace, you need to hear the explicit words of being cleared into the airspace or cleared out of that airspace. That's pretty much the only difference you'll notice right now. So the first step, as usual, is to grab the ATIS. And the ATIS frequency in San Diego is 134.8. So we're going to go ahead now and grab the ATIS 134.8. We're going to tune this on COM 2.
Altitude, and if flight following is requested, read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information Foxtrot. San Diego International Lindbergh Field, ATIS information Foxtrot. 2051 Zulu. Wind 280 at 7. Visibility 10. 25,000 scattered. Temperature 19er. Dew point 12. Altimeter 3003. Arriving and departing runway 27. Visual, RNAV, and localizer runway 27 approach in use. VFR departures contact clearance delivery. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway assignments and hold order instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information Foxtrot.
Okay, as you can see here, we have information Foxtrot, and again, pretty much similar to the Charlie airspace, we are told to contact clearance delivery with our heading, altitude, and whether flight following is requested. So this is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to call clearance delivery right now, and we're going to tell them the type of aircraft that we are, and we are requesting a VFR departure to the northwest, as you can see here. We can mention the altitude. This is westerly, so it should be about maybe 4,500. And we're going to tell them negative flight following, as flight following will be covered in a separate video, how to pick up flight following from the ground or from the air. So this is just a standard Class Bravo airspace departure, and we're going to go ahead now and call clearance delivery. Lindbergh delivery is 125.9er, so we'll put that on COM 2. Lindbergh delivery, good afternoon. Bonanza, Hotel Alpha, Delta Alpha, Juliet, VFR departure northwest, 4,500, negative flight following with Foxtrot.
Hotel Alpha, Delta Alpha, Juliet, Lindbergh clearance, say aircraft type.
BT 36, Hotel Alpha, Delta Alpha, Juliet.
Hotel Alpha, Delta Alpha, Juliet, cleared out of the San Diego Bravo airspace on departure flight heading 310, maintain VFR at below 3,000, departure frequency 119.6, squawk 5060.
We're cleared out of the Bravo airspace on departure flight heading 310, tune VFR at or below 3,000, 119.6 and squawk 5060, Hotel Alpha, Delta Alpha, Juliet.
Hotel Alpha, Delta Alpha, Juliet, back track.
Alright folks, as you can see here, we heard the word cleared out of the Bravo airspace. Okay, this is very critical. That's the only difference pretty much between the Bravo and the Charlie airspace departure. Okay, now that we have the avionics ready and everything's ready to go, we're going to contact ground and ask them taxi. Remember, the station you're calling is ground, who you are. We're the Bonanza, Hotel Alpha, Delta Alpha, Juliet. Where we are, we're at Signature, flight support, and we're ready to taxi with information, I believe it was Foxtrot. And that's it, we get our taxi instructions. Lindbergh ground, Bonanza, Hotel Alpha, Delta Alpha, Juliet at Signature, ready taxi with Foxtrot.
Hotel Alpha, Delta Alpha, Juliet, Lindbergh ground, runway 27, taxi via Hotel Charlie.
Runway 27 via Hotel Charlie, Hotel Alpha, Delta Alpha, Juliet. And again, he didn't specify an intersection, which means we need to taxi all the way to the beginning of the runway. Alright, and as we mentioned before, that once you are at the holding point, you are allowed to change frequency on your own from ground to tower. And we have tower frequency already tuned in on COM1, 118.3, so we're going to switch to COM1 right now. And when you're ready to go, you just contact tower, tell them you're holding short, runway 27, and ready for departure. And you no need to mention the intersection because you are at the beginning of the runway. And there we go. Limerick Tower, Bonanza Hotel Alpha Delta Alpha Juliet, holding short to 27, and please verify departure heading 330.
Hotel Alpha Delta Alpha Juliet, negative, flight heading 310, 310, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
I'll be heading 310 after departure, and runway 27 clear for takeoff. Hotel Alpha Delta Alpha Juliet, thanks. Alright, good to verify, and there we go.
Left with information Sierra for eastbound departure.
4625 Golf Mike, I'm ready to run, safe parking.
Parking at, we're at Gibbs at the end of Juliet, 25 Golf.
4625 Golf, Roger, runway 28 left, taxi via Hotel Bravo.
Runway 28 left via Hotel Bravo, Cessna 25 Golf.
About 400 feet AGL, we can turn to the heading now.
Hotel Alpha, correction, Hotel Alpha Delta Alpha Juliet radar contact. Just to verify, you like flight following to the northwest, correct? Or did you just say no flight following?
Negative, flight following Hotel Alpha Delta Alpha Juliet.
Hotel Alpha Delta Alpha Juliet, contact SoCal departure, see you later.
Over to South Cal departure, Hotel Alpha Delta Alpha Juliet, we'll see ya. Okay, and now we switch to departure, 109.6. Right, when you check in with departure, you need to check in with the altitude, so let's go. South Cal departure, Bonanza Hotel Alpha Delta Alpha Juliet. Good afternoon, 2,600 climbing 3,000.
Hotel Alpha Delta Alpha Juliet, SoCal departure, cancel heading and altitude restriction.
Cancel heading and altitude restriction, Hotel Alpha Delta Alpha Juliet.
Zero limit Tango, just advise when you're not number one for departure.
That's it. So we can climb now to our target altitude, which is 4,500, so let's do that. So pretty much, most likely we're going to be with South Cal approach or departure, same thing, until we're out of the Bravo airspace. Once we're out of the Bravo airspace, we should be told to squawk VFR and radar services terminated. If not, we can nudge the controller that we'd like to terminate radar services because we don't want flight following on this flight. Flight following, like I said, will be covered in a separate video. Okay, looks like we are clearly now out of the Bravo airspace, but we still haven't been told to squawk VFR, which means we're still under radar services, and we don't want radar services to fly following. In this case, we can nudge him or call them right now to let him know that we'd like to cancel radar services. South Cal approach, Bonanza Hotel Alpha Delta Alpha Juliet, request to cancel radar services.
Hotel Alpha Delta Alpha Juliet, roger, radar services terminated, squawk VFR, frequency change approved.
Squawk VFR, frequency change approved, Hotel Alpha Delta Alpha Juliet, good day.
Yeah.
Okay, so transponder, and we put VFR, and that's it. Now we're on our own. We can change frequency on our own now because we don't have a discrete squawk code. And I'm going to switch the frequency now to guard. And with that, that was the Class Bravo airspace departure. So just to recap real quick, what we did was we grabbed the ATIS as the first step. And it's pretty much the same instructions as with the Charlie airspace, with the Delta airspace, that you need to contact them with the ATIS information, aircraft type, heading, the direction of VFR departure, and the altitude, and whether or not you request flight following. Okay, but you can contact clearance delivery with this information. We contacted clearance delivery with this information, and the only difference between this departure and the Charlie departure, VFR departure, that we were explicitly told the words cleared out of the Bravo airspace. Unlike Class Charlie, Class Delta, when you just need to establish two-way communication with the controlling facility, with Class Bravo airspace, you need to hear those words before you enter and also when you exit. Cleared out of the Bravo airspace on departure, and before you enter a Bravo airspace, you have to hear the words cleared into the Bravo airspace. Okay, so that was pretty much the difference. And then after that, we set up our avionics, and everything was ready, and then we were ready to go. We contacted ground, We told them who we are, where we are, and we're ready to taxi, what ATIS information we have. We instructed to taxi holding point runway 27 to runway 27, and then when you get to the holding point, you are allowed to change frequency on your own from ground to tower, and then contact tower and you're ready to go. After that, we departed, and then we were told by tower at some point to change frequency to contact South Cal departure. We contacted South Cal, and South Cal canceled the heading and altitude restrictions, so that means we can go on our way whatever direction we want to, obviously in the direction of our departure, and we can climb to an appropriate VFR altitude. We did that, and we continued until we were out of the Bravo airspace. At that point, we were supposed to be told that radar services terminated because we explicitly said that we did not want flight following. It seems like they didn't do that, so we just pretty much gave them a quick call and told them we'd like to cancel radar services, and we told the squawk VFR, and frequency change was approved, which means we can change frequency as we wish, and that's pretty much covers the Class Bravo departure. And in the next video, we'll be talking about Class Bravo arrival, and we'll see you next time.